Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction to Watford 1, Everton 0. What can you say about that again? Other than it was utter nonsense from start to finish. What a pathetic performance by Everton. Going away to a side that on paper looked like a good attacking side, but didn't really play like that today. And it was just a nothing. We were terrible, they were terrible. And the game was won on an initial mistake by Everton, but obviously Troy Deeney's finished it really well. Sam Allardyce made a couple of changes to the side that beat Crystal Palace. Obviously, we all know the team the day before or the morning because the Finch Farm mole continues to put the team out. And that team included Ashley Williams, Adegoma Jagielka. Now, if Jagielka's injured, fair enough, but for me, I'd have had Jags and Keane, but he went with Williams. And Cuca Martina, who, yeah, more about him later. So, off we went, and the first half was pretty poor, to be fair. We had a Gylfi Sigurdsson shot, which, let's be honest, was more like a back pass, which their keeper comfortably saved. And that was the only shot on target in the first half. It was another boring performance. Both teams were really poor in possession. Wayne Rooney, who I love him and I defend him a lot, but I can't defend him today. He had a really poor game and he gave the ball away so many times, with not even with ambitious passes, just with sloppy passes. But Everton as an attacking unit, just absolute rubbish. We've got players who can open up teams. Sigurdsson, Rooney, Walcott, Nias making runs in behind. And yeah, we don't ever open up any teams. It's bizarre. If we were playing them at home, we'd have had a lot of chances, I think, and they would have been on the back foot. But because we're at Watford, we have to play this more cautious approach. And against a team that doesn't really do anything. Like I said before, on paper, they look like they've got good players and they look like a good side, but they done nothing either. We went in 0-0, a rubbish first half, and you come out thinking, okay, let's get our foot on the ball a little bit and let's get at these and push them back. We can carve them open and we can win this game and continue to look up the table. A few teams around us have won today. And we come out for the second half and nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. They were crap, we were crap. They were it a little bit. They made a couple of substitutions. They've gone after it. We made the change after 10 minutes into the second half. Jenks Olsen coming on for Nias, but nothing changed. We didn't really give them anything to go at. We don't commit men forward. We've got Cuca Martina, who in 1v1 situations is okay putting a tackle in, but the lad is having to tackle every time with his right foot. He doesn't go past Sigurdsson, so he causes a problem there. It's just unbalanced. John Joe Kenny had a decent game defensively, but offered nothing going forward. And it's like, I don't know whether this is the manager or whether this is the mindset of the players, but when we go away from home, we don't know how to attack. We don't know how to pass a football. We don't commit men forward. Everything's safe and back. Why are we passing balls back? In 5 yards, 10 yards inside their half, we're knocking it back into our half. Why? Watford were trying to go forward. You've got to give them that credit. They were pushing for the win. And we just seem to be happy with containing and hope that we get this little break. Hope Walcott can get in once or twice. We should be going to Watford and going at them, having 15 or 20 chances. And, if we don't win the game, at least looking like a football team and having a go at them. And we don't, we go there and we're trying to contain a side that has been poor this season. Started off brilliantly and the wheels fell off once Silva left, and then the new manager has done okay, but they're still not playing with any fluidity. And that should have been an opportunity for us. These players have just been on a warm weather break to Dubai. Supposedly had great sessions and bonded and we're going to come back, and Sam Allardyce is full of it. Come back and turn in a display like that is nothing short of ludicrous. Absolutely pathetic display. Watford scored a goal. Martina, what the hell is he doing? Running into the middle of the pitch to try and win a header. He had no right. He should stay in his position. He loses the header. Then he can't be arsed getting back properly. And then when that joke of a striker they brought on. Okaka puts the ball across. Ashley Williams isn't even touched sight on Deeney. And Troy Deeney, 3 goals before today, all from the penalty spot. And yet we give him time in the penalty area to stop. He turns like a fucking tanker. That's how slow he is. And we allow him to turn. And the finish is brilliant, to be fair. He smashes it in. But if you're touched sight to him, he doesn't get a shot away. Just bad defending, Martina and Williams. Rank bad defending. But before we get to that stage, we're thinking about making 2 changes. Now, it's 0-0 in a game that is up for grabs. They're poor, we're poor. Let's get at them. So you bring on Balassi and you bring on Calvert-Lewin and you take off Wayne Rooney, who's been really poor. That's the first substitution. And you try to go for it. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I'd have dropped him back into midfield. I'm just made 1 change, to be honest with you. But the manager's looking at 2. And one of them's Morgan Schneiderlin. And you're hearing the 2 substitutions are going to be Sigurdsson and Rooney. So it's going to be Calvert-Lewin off the left and Morgan Schneiderlin. Why? To try and consolidate a 0-0. Just negative bollocks that I'm done with. I'm just really fed up with watching this shite go away from home and perform like that. It's not enjoyable. You're supposed to enjoy watching your team, and you sit down and you're full of hope, and it's like because you've forgotten what the last game was like. So in your mind you think, oh no, we've got these players, and we've got Wayne Rooney, and we've got Sigurdsson, and Cenk Tosun, the scorer from Turkey, and Nias is doing well, and the Tom. And it sits down, and within 10 minutes you look at your mate and you go, we're shite, aren't we? We are crap, because we don't look like a team. £200 million we've spent in 14 months, 13 months to look like 11 lads have turned up, don't know each other, don't know where they're playing. It's not good enough. The manager, negative bollocks. That's shite. So we can't dress it up any other way. It's on him today. But those players are stealing a living at times because they're not performing like Premier League footballers. They can't do the basics. They can't pass a football 3 yards and get it back. It was just shite, and it's boring and it's crap. And I don't know how else to describe a team that goes away from home and doesn't look like a football team. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre, negative crap. And you know what? We got what we deserved. One of our best chances that resulted in only our 2nd attempt. The goal came in the 93rd minute. And guess what? It was our goalkeeper that caused it off a corner. We've got 2 lads who are 6 foot on, can't get near a frigging cross. And yet our goalkeeper comes up and wins a header, knocks it down, and really Tosun's got to score, and he heads it straight at the keeper. And it's a chance, a good chance, but just not good enough. Not good enough. And we've lost a game that we should. I can't sit here and say we should have won, but a game that we had a good chance of winning because they were no better either. So there you go. That's my thoughts. Another Saturday ruined by Everton. Thanks a lot, boys, and glad you enjoyed your trip to Dubai. See you later. Welcome to Toffee TV. Watford 1, Everton 0. These are my 3 talking points. Welcome to Toffee TV. Watford 1, Everton 0. These are my 3 talking points, if you like, from today's game. The first one, for me, it's time to end the Martina experiment. Listen, our 4th choice right back has been ever present under the manager at left back. We're supposed to be a team trying to bridge the gap between the top 6, trying to get into the top 6. And we're playing a 4th choice right back at left back. Bizarre for me. He's done okay, don't get me wrong. He's done all right in games. He's when he hasn't really been expected to do anything other than go 1v1. But surely when we go to the likes of Watford and we're supposed to be going after him, why is he still playing? Baines is back, okay. You might want to take a chance on Baines. Luke Garbutt's there. Apparently Luke Garbutt exists. He's on the bench. Hey, when Baines is coming back. So he's not been on the bench for a few weeks, but he's on the bench. I can't have it. And Martina, I listened to an interview with him, and he seems like a nice lad. He does. And he's talking about trying his best, and he's talking about it's not his natural thing, and he's got to try and work on his left foot. No, this is the Premier League, and we are a team that is trying to improve. We're not Brighton. I wish we were Brighton at times because they go forward. But we're not trying to cling on to our Premier League survival. Well, we are, but we shouldn't be. We started this season talking about chasing the top 4. And we're, 7 points ahead of the bottom 3? Embarrassing. It's next time we take to the field, it's March, and we're 7 points ahead of the bottom 3. Absolutely scandalous. So let's get some balance back in our team. Martina today didn't have a very good game, has gone out of position, hasn't legged it to get back and put a challenge in on Okaka, and that's led to the goal. We've lost the game 1-0 because he's made a mistake. But the thing, even taking that out the game, he's not I think he overlapped once in the whole game. Once in the whole game. And it's doing us no favours because we're bad enough as it is. We don't need to cut the pitch down. So I'm sorry. I know there'll be precious people out there who want to defend him and it's not his fault and he's a scapegoat and all that shite. Let's end it right now. Get Baines in or get Garbutt in. Because I've had enough of it. It's crap. Point 2. Substitutions. Whether it's the 7 he names or whether it's knowing who to bring on in a football match. This is a fella that is so experienced, it's untrue. How can he manage to be so negative with his changes or not do something that changes a football match? We're 1-0, well, it's 0-0. And we're bringing on Morgan Schneiderlin to try and shore it up for that 0-0 draw at Watford, and we can go down to our fans and fucking celebrate. No, sorry. Piss poor substitutions. Piss poor. Tosin comes on. So what do? Nias has been isolated all day. So what do? We bring Tosin on and we isolate him. Boss. Absolutely master plan that. Genius. That's what you're in football for 34 years for. To be that much of a genius that you continue to isolate your centre forward. Absolutely ridiculous. And then, like I said, the Schneiderlin thing. Then what happens? We concede because they look at it and go, you know what? These aren't even going for the win today. We can beat them. These are piss poor. And they get the goal. And then what does he do? He shits out then. And then it's Calvert-Lewin. Garbage. And then, the 7. Is it a flip of a coin? Because Luke Garbutt, who should have been on the bench day 1 in January, the minute he could, you don't see him. And now Leighton Baines is a week away from playing. Luke Garbutt, sub. Where's Davy Klaassen? Who knows? Where's Nikola Vlasic, who will probably start against Brighton in 2 weeks? You won't see him. And he'll be in captain or something against Brighton. I can't get my head around it. Why is Mason Holgate sub? Why have you got 2 defenders on the bench? Where's Jags? All bizarre changes that this manager has adopted. And listen, it isn't all on Allardyce, of course it's not, but help himself with these kind of things. And, you know, not having the balls to go 2 up front and go at these when they were there for the taking. That to me is criminal. And finally, moving on to that, this team and its away performance is just embarrassing. 2 away wins in 14 months. Well, 13 and a half months. Two away wins. It's just scandalous. We've taken 8 points away from home this season. 8. Our home form isn't bad, actually. If you look at our home form, it's decent. Our away form is criminal. Absolutely pathetic. 8 points. Next time we take to the pitch, it's March. And we've took 8 points away from home. Absolutely scandalous. Why is a team that can be quite dominant at home, which it is, results will show you that. How can that team not get it right maybe a quarter of times away from home in a season? You know, a decent team will get it right a good team will get it right 3/4 of the time away from home. A decent team will probably get it right maybe half the time. Average to not great team would probably get it right a quarter of the time, and we are below that line. 1 away win all season. Can't bemoan it's Tottenham or it's Arsenal or it's Liverpool or Man U. It's Watford. The name, it's got a car making it. Absolute bollocks. And I don't know the way forward. I don't know the way forward other than learn how to play away. Get a you talk about getting a psychologist in. Get it in and get them sorted. Get friggin' Paul McKenna in and make them think it's Goodison. Hypnotise them, because it's a nonsense. When we go out on the pitch away from home, we just look like a team that has never kicked a football in its life. Just shambolic. And listen, it might take a new manager to come in and turn this round. You know, I don't know. It's been garbage. It's not just Allardyce. This has been garbage anyway. Koeman's away teams were crap, but there's good players there, but they don't know how to play away from home, and it's got to end. Otherwise, we're not going to go forward. And it depends what you want. You might be happy just surviving. Maybe you are. But I want to see my team trying to win football matches and actually winning them. And it's half on the manager and it's half on those lads with the blue shirt on. Because when you're in a game, just take chances. Get forward. Have shots. Ignore what they say on the line. Go and do your job. 2 attempts on target against Watford. I'm done. Don't forget to subscribe, check out the instant match reaction. I'd say enjoy your weekend, but these dibs have probably ruined it for you. See you soon on Toffee TV.